Hi guys, in this video we are going to see about strings in Java. So what is meant by a string? It means collection of characters. You're calling it as a string. So the string concept is more or like similar to your other programming languages, but the main importance given for this Java language is string data type. Rather than your int, char, double, float and all, your string data type is given as much important. Why is that so? Because your public static void main, right? Your public static void main statement enough getting your string data type, okay, which means what means whatever you're going to supply in your output string, output window, all those values will be converted into a data type called a string, and even that is an array of strings. Okay, it is an array of strings. So all the values whatever I am going to receive from my command prompt, everything will be stored as an array format. So that array format too, even if you supply a number, it is converted as a string. So majorly in Java we are working with data type of string. Okay, especially in the case of your void main statement, we used to supply string kind of variables, string kind of values. Okay, let me now get into your subject of a string. So it is nothing but it is same as you do in other programming language. How do I specify a character? In the sense, you will be having char as a variable and followed by name of the variable, let us take it as a, and value, you while you are assigning, you will be having this parenthesis, and in the single quotes you will be having some value, and it is separated by a comma, right? So this is the way you will assign a character to a variable, right? And what happens to other, if you try to assign a string to a variable, the data type again you are going to use the char alone, a, but the compiler understood that if you have a double quotes, it is understood it is a string. Okay, this is the case of other programming languages. When it comes to Java, the built-in data type string is available. Okay, so you can directly use this particular data type and this variable name and equal to operator, and the string value should be specified within your double quotes. Okay, this is how you will be defining a string variable. How do I access the string variable? In the sense, simply in the println statement you will be specifying that variable name. That's it, right? So here I have defined one string variable named greeting. So I have created one variable greeting. One more thing, you have to keep it in memory, Dakanna. Even if you are storing a string, it is by default in the JVM, it considered as an array. Okay, even if you supply within double quotes, it is stored in array. Okay, in the first index you will be having H, E, L, L, O. This is how your array will be stored. Okay, even though if you are specifying within double quotes, your values all will be stored in the form of an array. Okay, it is not visualized and it is not explicitly known that strings are always stored with arrays, but that is the logic. Okay, next, what are all the operation we can use for a string value? Means I can count how many number of characters, and I can join two strings together, and I can compare whether my strings are equal or not, or whether I can do some substring functions, whether this particular value I'm having within my string or not. So these are possibilities and necessities we need when we are working with the string functions, right? So likewise, in all programming languages we have a functionality and we have a package called string.h, right? So under the string.h you have numerous of predefined functions available. Okay, in Java also plenty of predefined functions available. In this video we are going to just look into what are all they and within example programs. Okay, Now let us look into a program which needs to check the length of the string. Okay, so what is my length of the string? So the main functionality of the length of the string is to find, I'm having some number of characters in my string, how many number of characters myself having in a string. So that is the thing I have to do. So what is the case I have to do now? Whether I have to count one letter by manually? No, I cannot do that. Okay, I cannot do with the for loop and all, right? So what can I do means, I can simply, for the fast and quicker result, I can go for predefined library files. So I have chosen a library file called length of. Okay, so this length of function will reveal you how many number of characters you have inside a string. Even the space is right, it takes has one character, it takes one value. Okay, in this example I have specified all the English letters, right? This is how I have defined a string, and my string is txt. This txt is a variable that contains the letters from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H till Z it is having. So as I know that English letters are 26, so your output will be of 26. Okay, how this 26 is printed in the sense, I just call this particular function. So what is the syntax for calling your predefined function means, it is just like your method call. How do I do means, I used to define an object, and that object calls the dot operator. Through the dot operator I am going to call for a method. Okay, so here my object is txt dot length of. So txt contains some letters, dot length of. This length of will be working in some manner to, so as to produce your result as 26. Okay, this is about your string length. Next, this is a program for converting your uppercase to lowercase and lowercase to uppercase. Let us take this example. Under the variable called txt, so I have one string variable, so that is txt. This txt contains the value of h caps, e, l, l, o and w as well as caps. Okay, when I pass this one first function txt to uppercase means, whatever the lowercase you have in the string, it will be converted into capital letters. So now what happens after my result means, this E, E, L, L, O, right? This gets changed to capital letters. Okay. So, sorry. E, L, L, O. Likewise, double O, R, L, D. This also gets updated to the value of O, R, L, D. Okay. This is how it will be working off for uppercase. Likewise, now the content of txt is all with capital letters. If I process with some other function called to lowercase letter, now all of your capital letters, you are having all the letters to be capital, right? Now this will be converted into lowercase letter. So let me check what will be the result of that lowercase function. So which means it will provide you H E L L O W world. Okay, this is your text function. So next, how to find a character in a string means, that can be achieved. That is nothing but your substrings. Finding a substring in a string. Okay, that is your finding a character. So now here I have a variable called txt. That txt is containing these kind of values like please locate where locate occurs. So my task is to find the keyword called locate. How do I do means, through the function called index of. Okay, so the function index of contains the keyword index of followed by one parameter. Okay, that parameter is nothing but your keyword which is to be finded out. Okay, my keyword is locate, so I need to check for locate. Okay, so where do I check my locate function means, prefixed with that object. Okay, So text under the string called txt, you are going to check a word. So I used index of method, and what is the thing I am going to check abdina, I am going to check for the word called locate. Okay. So if we do this, I come up with a result called 7. What is this 7, ma'am, abdina? As I told earlier, all your characters will be stored in an array. So each character has an each index. For example, please abdina, please. It starts from 0 index and one more space. So it takes 6 as an index value. And next myself having 1L. So that L starts with the index of 7. So here if I find a letter called L, in the printer, in the index of method also I am having a character called L. Okay, if both the letters gets matched, then I have to further check for sequence of characters to be matching or not. If the match is found, you will be resulted with the static index of the letter. Okay, my static index of this letter is nothing but 7. So 7 will be printed here. So next function is simpler. Concatenation, which means joining two words. This is very easy, as we do frequently in all programming languages through this plus operator. Okay, if you do plus operator, it will absolutely merge your words. Why this empty square brackets, empty apostrophes has been kept means to keep up space between the first word and second word, we use this empty double quotes. Okay, if this double quotes is not placed abdina, one plus is enough for connecting two words, but you will not have your space in between these two words. In the next way of concatenation is using function methodology. So what is this function means? Concat of the parameter. Okay, your first parameter will be specified dot concat function, and what is the parameter you are going to supply means the second parameter, the which one you need to get added. So that will be given as a parameter here. So this is way the syntax for writing a string concatenation. Next, you are coming with special characters. Why we go for special characters in string means always we used to come up with this kind of error called in our sequence of characters, you need to specify or highlight some text or word means we usually used to have this double quotes inside. When a compiler starts reading your characters, it starts with open quotes. So when it sequentially reaches the character, when it finds this particular quote, it gets confused whether my string is ended or not. It gets confused. To avoid this things, and if this particular has to be printed in your screen, you can simply specify a backslash in front of it, so that the compiler will get escaped this will skip this double quotes. Okay, so why means in programming language this slash is used for as an escape. For that only we have double slash for comment, and slash and star for multi comments and all. Okay, so we can do in this way. So what we have to do in the sense, before the double quotes you have to specify one slash, and after the slash and after the at the when you are trying to say that this is the end of the double quotes, again you have to give one more slash. So simply I will write here. So how do you do this means star double slash Vikings, again you will be having one slash, and then you will be having double quotes. Okay, this tells you that I'm going to skip this operator. Okay, so it will be printed as it is. In the output you will be having Vikings in within the double quotes alone. So this program is for typecasting. So typecasting in the sense x is assigned with a value of integer and y is assigned with a value, x is assigned with a value of string and int is assigned with a value of y. So x and y, you have two variables. This one is string parameter and this is integer. And what is my result means z equal to x1, x and y, x plus y, right? And my resultant is What means Z? What is my resultant data type? Means it is string. So automatically this integer will be converted into your string, and then your output will be of 10 and 20. So total destination data type is string. So integer will be converted automatically into a string data type. This is about your string concept. Thank you so much.